Hi and welcome to this tutorial on how to play Germany in Hoi4. It's not quite as complicated as it may first seem, so let's deal with all these buttons. First, the troop button up there. We're going to assign all of these to one army, and we're going to take 6 of them, just as a protection force, and put them on the Maginot Line. This game can be bothered to load. And then we're going to have the other 24 just be put in Berlin for now. We're going to give this guy General, Field Marshal, plus give the people on the Maginot Field Marshal as well. With Gunther on Bruges and Oliver on Rundstedt being the Field Marshals we choose. This doesn't really matter which Field Marshals you choose as long as you remember to upgrade them, which we probably won't as we get into the war, but it's nice, it gives you buffs and things, so maybe we'll remember to do that at some point. So research, really simple. Basic guns, normal research you would have seen, other people do this as well. Electronic, engineering, they go down radio, basic machine tools, and construction. We're then going to go to focuses and go for 4-year plan at first. We don't need to rush the line unnecessarily. In terms of civilian factories, I will normally build civs at first, but then to make sure you don't build too many civs and you're not completely unprepared for war by 39, maybe late 38, I tend to alternate between building civilian factories and building military factories. So that's with this button and this button. In terms of assigning our already given military factories, the normal 10 on infantry equipment should do us fine, plus 5 on support equipment, otherwise you'll start to outbid the things you've run out of. 10 on artillery, because we're going to need quite a bit of that for our template. 5 anti-air on anti-air, 2 on tanks, just to supply the tank divisions we already have. We're not actually going to be going through all the complicated tank stuff, and the only designer we'll really be using in this entire game is the air designer, which we will eventually be using once we have enough XP in research for the tank designer we want to touch. We've done so you can tell the video is authentic because we've already done this. And in terms of air, it's 50 into fighters, 50 into process support. We don't need to move it. Okay. We don't need the medium airframes for now. Be good to put a couple of factories into trains just in case we need to build some more railways and just put dockyards into what already being constructed for now. We'll come back to this later, but it basically just involves spouting destroyers to make sure you gain naval supremacy over the UK and produce sea liner. That'll be in part 2. Okay, this video will just be in preparation for the war. So next, get rid of the rubber, try to catch his fingers. And then in terms of troop training, you put high priority for reinforcements of garrisons, and then set the garrisons to the police force, use the cavalry, so you're not using all of them on garrisons, and then just build 20, just build as many as you can for now. Next will be fine, and I'll have 3 of those, and then that should be enough at the early stage of the war. So we're going to press go now, because I think it's ready. 4-year plan, research, we could create an intelligence agency, and go. So what we're doing now is we're basically just waiting for this kind of civil war and getting our military prepared for going down the focus string. There's no real point in doing the Dutch decisions because the AI will wipe you anyway, and it's not really that much of a benefit. You probably get a better benefit from invading them later on anyway. Okay, let's then expand our troops, creating an intelligence agency. No real agency upgrades are immediately needed for 36, so you can just go along the entire thing if you need to. This is entirely not needed, but it's useful to have. And then we're just waiting for the Spanish Civil War to go down our focus group. But this bit of the game is really just to teach you about how to do divisions and how to do in the Spanish Civil War and what you should be doing with it experience. So we're going to put our agent here in Paradise and begin our military high command assignments. So offense is good. This will begin to gain us experience looking at autarky. We'll go down and get civilian factories. And now we can put out some divisions. So assign these to a new army, from a general, and assign them to a normal field marshal. Let's see what we need to do. So with our first 5 XP that we just got, we might add an artillery piece to our divisions. This is starting the template we're going to use, which is basically going to be our entire army. Tanks aren't really that worth it. The Danes should do fine against anything. We have enough of it. Just increasing our intelligence values. Waiting really. But yeah, I just wanted to make this tutorial because a lot of people think it's fine, it's really complicated, all these metas and things to find about. So you don't need all that much to do really well in Hoi4 unless you're doing multiplayer, which is a whole different ballgame. I actually wouldn't recommend playing multiplayer, at least, especially at first. It can be rather toxic community. So yeah, just Herman Goering work and continue down the tree. And begin to assign infantry expert for extra attack and go down concentrated industry. Can do this first, concentrated, which is slightly better for some things. It's my personal favourite, but it actually doesn't make all that much difference. So this is going to be our template for pretty much the entire game, and we're going to be able to pretty easily dominate with this, especially with Germany. just assign troops of that army, this army, and you may as well make sure that this army is assigned to Berlin, but use a supply, although that shouldn't actually make sense. It's just thinking about a slight bit also. And I find that capture other industries that we can build such faster. We'll just continue down our construction tree. There is the Spanish Civil War, so we're going to do some micro in the Spanish Civil War. You don't need to do micro. I'm basically just doing this because it's a YouTube video, and otherwise I would have nothing to talk about for this entire video. So let's do some micro and get some experience in the Civil War. It's a good way to get experience and to ensure you're gonna win Spain in the war, because that's not always going to happen. It's just something to do in this early bit of the game, really. So we can send 3 divisions. We will. And go send 3 of our Panzer divisions, just to give them something to do. Third of on Bock is a perfectly fine commander. I'm going to give them some air volunteers so they can get some air XP. And we could do the template. Continue working the way down the sieves to PDF wagon. How do you pronounce that? So our volunteers are arrived, so we're going to lower the speed at this point and send our volunteers. To make this nice and easy, we're basically just going to capture our entire air force with 2 volunteers and air superiority, close air support, strategic bombing, naval ones. We might get a ship or 2, some logistic strike in the supply, and then they should automatically come over to regular divisions here. So the first assignment to here, try and take Bilbao in the north to help up the nationalists. What we can do here is we can immediately just try and keep this division out. And yeah, circle them there, take the port, and then put them on aggressive to be able to encircle them. Oviedo, that's the other port, but it's important here. But the nationalists have already taken the corner. It's a pretty good civil war here. One of our tanks has already been circled. But it's just back to the port there. So we're fine with it now. This is just more messing up the nationalists. Messing up the Republicans, sorry. And then go in and just deal with this division. You're not really going to need these tanks anyway. I don't quite understand why I can't move into another port, but I guess that division is going to die. It's amazing, although it is defending quite well. Maybe we're just going to build a bit, and then we're going to try try and break that when it could. But I don't think that's going to be happening. Maybe not. It's going to be happening, is it? Okay. That's unfortunate. Still have 2 divisions though. So as I'll make use of them. Hopefully even move it up to Hoi4. This really isn't about winning, it's more about gaining experience. So now we've cut them off in the north. Just wait for a Spanish division to reinforce this province. AI, I said wait. Just go to mechanic shooting off the radio. And then now that that's been reinforced, we're going to try and move down to Zaragoza here. Your Spanish Civil War could be entirely different, but the basic thing is cut them off and get some army XP at the end of the day. We can now go on to Rhineland, a little bit late historically, but it shouldn't really matter for the game. We cut them off there, so we can still quickly upgrade our industry and in our first air research, which is going to be survivability studies, otherwise your plane will just get shot down to millions. I learned about that halfway. It's this other division going in. Just runs a move here. We're going to wait for this guy to move out. In Barcelona. We're in a tank, we should be able to run a little bit faster. And then just run up coast. This is why I don't like tanks. You sit down everywhere, but they don't stay. There we go, we've been reinforced. Sending volunteers is somewhat a bad idea. So what I might just do at this point is do the basic, put them on the front line, on aggressive, on the main front line, go, therefore they will gain experience, but we won't need to cut them off. It may extend the Spanish Civil War slightly, but will be beneficial for us. So, Army High Command, Army Infantry Expert, Army Logistics, and Army Regrouping when we get the command power. So as we have some air experience, we're just going to wait for survivability studies to make some good basic fighters. So we do start off with cannons as Germany, with the backbone of our planes industry. As we don't really have all that much we can do then, I would actually recommend at this point naval rearmament to help us get a reasonably quick and easy sea line, because that is one of the hardest parts about playing Germany. You dominate on the land but not in the sea. So we're just going to assign this to our army here. Yeah. And how many in the field? We have almost enough. We do have enough lancers. We're going to do that after naval rearmament. Aegis construction, great. Maybe I should have been improving the agency rather than just chucking an agent in France. Okay, so we've now researched survivability studies, so we're going to go and assign our fighter, which is going to be 2 cannons, 2 cannons, plus 2 engine 2s, some defense turrets, plus some armor tanks. should be a reasonably good first fighter as it has 40 air attack, and normally the AI planes don't even have enough of that. By 1940 I can't speak. So eventually we're going to want to research Engine 3 and Cannon 2 along with the improved and advanced features of the advanced plane models. So we're going to go and do ontos now. And finish off our Army High Command. And just watch the execution of that eventually go down documents. As we haven't got that much XP from Spain, we can just do the same thing with Japan and China, and that kicks off a little bit. We can also get war industrialists at the same time to get ourselves some buffs for mill building, and to keep upgrading the out there, because we need a new spy to rescue the old spy. We will be gaining elusive gentlemen, so we can do a couple of collaboration governments just to reduce resistance and maybe increase iteration time. There's no real point in becoming spy master now, because we don't have anyone in faction currently, so we're going to go down moving on to our artillery as well, so it's basically on first rescue. Construction done, so and start again. I wish the research things wouldn't finish so close to one another, so we can just go and improve our infantry equipment at this point. And for the defense, and then I think we're going to skip straight to cryptology, and we can see how well our volunteers are getting on. So for doctrine, just work your way down to superior firepower. And we're about to finish the conscripts. So that should work. Naval effort. Just continue that until we have enough now for the Sudetenland land. And make sure that any spare naval dockyards that are built will just be put into destroyers. And we're just going to go down naval so that we can get a quick sea line and not have to deal with the Americans as quickly. Why not? Actually, use the Slavic. They're meant to be big bad guys. Okay, so hire the elusive gentleman. Gain ourselves some more spies, so we can maybe can rescue that one with us in France. We can deploy some more civilians. Game's been really slow today. So just fill up the army with to do some maths, which is basically just 3 really good maths there. 1 add 2 is 3. Special maths academy students know that only. So do we not have enough dissident? We do. Let's finish up our paper and work our way down to improving NGS. You know when okay, we've just got research slot available so we can improve our engine. What have research slot? One available there, that one. Anti-tank. Just keep getting that up to date. Should be fine. Even if you don't. Okay, so we're now gonna Mars Jetline, and I've also got to build the best support airframe. So for now, we'll just have Bombay plus some armor plates. Give that a bit of an upgrade. Second agent, yeah, not enough. Yes, we are going to be able to rescue the agent, which the moment. So to advance the rescue the agent, and then we're going to start some collaboration governments in the fields. Hindenburg's gone down. A great time to hire Hermann Goering to go to make happen. Japan started in China, no they haven't yet. Okay. Hire the next operative at France. Increase the intel network faster. As you can see, this isn't that complicated, but you've just got to keep your technology up to date. For air doctrine, we're going to keep it on battlefield support. And just they should give us the support demand to get Japan and China started. We're not going to be intervening in that yet, because we already have volunteers in Spain. They can generate us XP as it is. And we are actually doing some of the air in Spain. Just making sure. For ecology, we can begin decrypting French cipher and just upgrading agency. Again, that's Vienna Award. Just take out some new units. Gonna start to assign some of these to our armies. And we will soon be starting to prepare for part 2 of this series, which is going to be taking out the Allies. Hire another general, probably do the officer corps as well, just to get some buffs. Old attack Germany, overwhelming firepower because they were using artillery, and then we will eventually be going smoke and fire, but we don't quite have enough experience for that one. So we're finally going to rescue that operative. So we're ready to go. It's then making an escape period. Some support equipment is just whatever is needed. I've always thought with Hoi4 whether support equipment is like first aid kits, or is it like guns? We already build guns. There's a radio. Is it just whatever the army needs, or is it something specific? And if so, is there no need for ration lots in Hoi4 because it's included with support equipment? I don't know. Okay, so there actually isn't that much we can build. There isn't that many commanders we can get, so we're just going to get Fascist Democrat just to increase parties from our guess. We're not in need of manpower just yet. Then this would slip into turn. So we're going to get Czechoslovakia annexed. And then we're going to continue upgrading our agency. With that agent has finally been upgraded, so we're going to start sending them on provisional government missions. So what Prepare Collaborating Government does is it decreases surrender threshold, which for France isn't very much, but for a country later like the Soviets that's going to be useful, and it also decreases resistance. So we're just going to put that to just finish my second go, just to give us a little bit of a bonus. It's not strictly necessary, but it's useful. And we're going to put operations up to top priority as well, especially as we're not actually producing any troops anymore, since we have enough to pick up the Allies. And to take Poland, so we don't need any more troops, we can just build up plenty of manpower for now. Improve the anti-tank, and with the anti-tank we just researched, go and process for airframe, test weapons, and replace that with an anti-tank, and add another engine so we can put that in, and make sure we're producing enough alternate rubber. France and Britain are making an alliance. Not doing all of this rather early. That shouldn't really matter. Looks like our tanks are camping safely, which is nice. They're providing experience that we don't use tanks. Trevor ripped the tank that immediately got encircled and died. Hitler is obviously using this as we shouldn't use tanks, which is obviously the hidden law of this strategy. Tanks are too expensive, they get encircled, they die, it's bad. They're also really complicated to design, so let's not use them. Completely the opposite of what was needed before, so improve the guns, just increase your firepower basically. Where did this one go? Okay, more pressure on Yugoslavia, South Slovakia, so probably state there's really no need to annex it all, and go down the Eastern Plains. If there's anything else you'd like to see me do, either in Hoi4 or elsewhere, please do leave a comment. The rest of my channel you may find a bit weird, but if there's anything you find in there that is interesting, I also appreciate you checking it out. If you've even made it this far into the video, YouTube says that all of my videos get watched for 30 seconds and then stop, so it's great. So well done to the one person who is currently watching. Then you can just hire something cheap and maybe and check off, and then you can use this squid to check on your neighbor and make sure it's all together and assigned to the neighboring regions from here in the North Sea, and then just increase, keep going the doctrines with air and army, with Hoi4 Germany, Charles Royal Navy. These tanks are actually getting pretty good number of elites. And circle buses in Vietnam now. Don't want to trade with the Soviets, but it's naval everything. Don't want to trade with. This is how I don't yet have an instance of that. So keep making mistakes and not figuring out. Make it look like I didn't make a mistake. In fact, I just throw Hoi4 players that never misclicks or anything. Okay. Started off Bands of the War. We have called memo to our forces, so we can now begin to prepare for the upcoming war. So these two armies are going to be given Karl Einziger, and they're just going to go on an invasion quickly of Poland. Aggressive, we don't need to look at them. Now these two armies under Rumsfeld are Karl Student is going to be invading the UK, and Manstein when he lands, hopefully, if he lands. But we might actually just cancel the focus group, so we definitely make sure we've got enough time to. It's 49 days to the plan focus. And we can increase passive defense. And we haven't got a single collaboration government in France. So this entire thing is totally useless unless you use it exactly right. But this is meant to be a simple guide of just basic things to do and how you can win without too much effort in this game, especially as Germany. Other countries like France and the Soviet Union will take quite a long time. It's like Spain is over, so we're not going to bother sending ideas to Japan. Anti-air, just now going to go for improved airframes. You can put more cannons on them, although our current planes should be fine against the Allies, with the majority of them being fighters, because we don't need that much gas. That will just be useful solely and in late game. The Allies are pretty weak, especially in 38. If you don't sit around with industrial focuses that give you infrastructure in the game, we're now going to make sure that we're continually alternating, and we may get rid of a couple of them. So a couple of the cities we're about to go to war. So I'm able to automatically did I forget? Wow, I made a silly mistake. This is my first video on Hoi4, but I've actually probably tried one, so bear with me with mistakes. We should hopefully get better as I go along. Thank you for watching this far, and I hope you continue to watch part 2 that should be coming out eventually. This isn't quite the end of this video. Basically we can end the video here, and we can begin the Allied conquest later on. So goodbye, see you in the next video, which should maybe be out immediately after this one, or pretty soon after this one. So for part 2 we're going to defeat the Allies, and then part 3 is going to be the Soviets, and then part 4 I think we're going to do a part 4 when we're going to go for the US. So see you for that. If you enjoyed my reasonably easy guide, hopefully, to Germany and Hoi4. Goodbye.